Hello everybody and welcome to another video, and today we're going to be looking at a band called Tuatha De Danann. Now I hope I pronounced that correctly. I've never heard of this band before, so obviously I had to do a little bit of research, but I didn't really find very much, despite the fact that apparently they have quite a few releases. They've released 3 EPs and 7 albums, but the information on them is very limited. But what I did find is that Tuatha De Danann is a Brazilian Celtic metal band from Varginha, I've pronounced that probably terribly, in Minas Gerais, in Brazil. Known for the marvelous Celtic dance rhythms, flute melodies, Celtic mythology-inspired lyrics, and the original jesting tones, such as gnome choirs. The band is named after the race of supernaturally gifted people in Irish mythology, the Tuatha De Danann, roughly translated to the people of Danann. And that is all I've got. I don't actually know when they were formed or what, but, you know, given that they've released 7 albums and 3 EPs, I think it's safe to assume they've been going for a fair while. Now, I'm going to be looking at a track called Your Wall Will Fall, or I believe that's what it's called, or Your Wall Shall Fall. Yes, Your Wall Shall Fall. I couldn't find any lyrics available for it, but as I understand it, it is a lyric video. It's only fairly short, it comes in under 4 minutes. But the fact that they've been described as merriful Celtic music, with things such as gnome choirs, it sounds like this could be quite interesting, possibly quite fun. So, interested to see where this goes. Since I've got very limited information, there's not much else to say, so I think we'll jump straight to the track now and find out what we can. So the track is Your Wall Shall Fall by Tuatha De Danann. Let's have a look.
Break your shackles, take a side, raise your voices far and wide. Damned are ye who would divide, three people should stand unified. Your wall shall fall. Hey, you my fellow humans, do things we know for sure. We cohabit this frail planet where for death there's yet no cure.
I absolutely love that. That was outstanding. It was brilliant. I mean, there were some lines in there that were just really, really quite funny, like talking about asteroids the size of Everest hitting the ground and throwing 50 gigatons of something in our face, right in your face. I love it. Just the way they worded it was fantastic, and the song itself had it had a very jovial, merry feel about the song, but the actual subject matter was actually quite deep, quite important, and I absolutely loved it. The way it was executed, the music was fantastic, the vocals were brilliant, the lyrics were just fantastic. But they bring up a very valid point. There is so much division in the world. The whole human race is divided. You've got these racists who refuse to cooperate or get along with people of a different skin color or different, from different faiths, cultures, this sort of thing. You've got people like that all over the world still, and he's pointing out the fact, look, we're all on this planet, we all have equal claim to this planet, we've all got just as much right as everybody else. We all bleed the same. Take away the skin and we're all identical underneath. Why is there this division? Why can't we all just get along? Everybody has the right to be free. Everybody has the right to be on this planet. Just stop fighting over such petty rubbish and just get along. Break down the walls that divide us and cohabitate. Just come together as one, work together rather than against each other. There's no reason for us to keep fighting each other. There's no reason for racism and hatred amongst the human race. And this is exactly what he's talking about. And it's a great, fantastic message. And it's a very important one, especially in the world as it is right now, where you've got political bodies that are wanting to literally wall off other countries because they claim that entire country is full of rapists and drug traffickers and stuff like that, whereas it's only a mere handful of people. And the way racism is at the moment on this planet, it is out of hand. I mean, you've got entitled white folk phoning the police because someone is having a picnic in a public space. What the hell is that about? Just because that person has a different skin tone doesn't make what they're doing wrong. But this is becoming more and more prevalent at the moment. It's happening more and more. And it's absolutely disgusting. We got rid of things like segregation years ago, decades ago. But it all seems to be creeping back these days. And there's no need for it. It accomplishes nothing. We are not better than the next person. And there's another thing in there, like how do billionaires sleep in their ivory towers and stuff like that, when there's children all over the world who are sleeping rough, they're not eating, they haven't got enough. They haven't got enough to keep themselves alive past. Some of them are lucky if they even get to their teenage years. And there's all these rich billionaire arseholes sitting there stroking their stashes of gold going, ha 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 ha. How can these people have any kind of conscience when they're letting other people suffer and die? It's like one of those. It's like, I'm not necessarily saying these are bad things. It's like these charity things, like you have the children in need and stuff like that, and there's all these massive celebrities going, hey you, can you donate money? How many of those celebrities actually donate money? How many of these rich, famous people actually put money into causes? And I know some do, I'm not saying all of them don't, but there are a huge quantity of these rich, famous people who don't, because they're pure greed, Yet they're the people turning around asking us, regular folk, to give up our money. Now obviously these charities do a lot of good, but there's just a weird sort of it's a weird sort of situation when these rich people are the ones that are asking the poorer of the world to give up their money when they're sitting on billions and billions of dollars. You know, there's actors that get paid several million just for appearing in a movie. How much of that do they actually use? You know, most of it is just sitting in a bank account, accruing interest, making them even more money. How much of that money do they actually use to help other people? You know, yes, they've worked for it, sure, but we've worked for our money, yet we're being asked to give it up. You know, and these are subjects that this song is sort of tackling. It's like there needs to be a more sort of level field on the earth as it is. You know, everybody has the right to live on this planet. Everybody on this planet has the right to be here, and everybody should be able to at least afford something to eat and somewhere to live. You know, there shouldn't be this division between races, cultures, religions, you know, the classes of, you know, status, you know. It's a great meaning to the song. I absolutely love it. I love the way the song was written. I love the music. It was a brilliant, brilliant piece of music. Absolutely fantastic. So, yeah, I really enjoyed that. I really want to hear something else of theirs now. Very, very good. I very much enjoyed that. Like I said, it was a very happy, sort of jolly sounding piece of music, but the actual subject matter itself was quite impactful and a very important topic. So, yes, very, very good. I like that. Brilliant. Can't really think of much else to say on it, though. So, yeah, I'll leave that as it is. If anybody else has a track they'd like to suggest for me to react to, then please do so by all means. You can drop a comment in the comment section below, or message me on my Facebook or my Instagram, or you could even message me through my Patreon, where you could also help to support this channel, help me create future content, and probably even improve the quality of it so I can get rid of this green piece of crap hanging behind me. If you do suggest a track, though, know that it might take me a while to get around to it, since I get suggested so many new tracks every single day that my list grows faster than I can record the videos. For every one video I make, I get suggested like another 12 tracks, so my list grows really, really fast. But I do write down every suggestion I get, so it will get done eventually. It's just going to take me a while to get around to it, unfortunately. Also, Metalhead Reacts is a proud supporter of the Sophie Lancaster Foundation, a British-based charity whose main goal is to put an end to hate crimes, mainly those involving people of the alternative culture. You know, because every single day, all around the world, people who listen to alternative music are getting attacked, verbally and physically, just purely because they have a different taste in music and because they dress in a different way. And you know, these people are getting severely hurt. People are getting hospitalised just purely because of their taste in music. You know, people are getting severely beaten. Sometimes, you know, they're even getting bones broken just because of their taste in music. And it's something that's always baffled me. It's never made sense to me. You know, it accomplishes nothing at the end of the day. You know, what is the point in attacking someone for their taste in music? Because essentially, you know, beating someone up because they like different taste, because they've got a different taste in music, it's not going to accomplish anything in the long run. You know, you're not going to attack them, and they're suddenly going to turn around and decide they don't want to listen to that music anymore. They're going to listen to popular chart normal music. You know, that's not going to happen. You know, so what is the point behind it? The only real reason that people do this is because they want to look big and hard in front of their mates. Because 9 times out of 10, you'll find that somebody of the alternative culture, when they get attacked, they're not attacked by a single person. There's always 2 or 3 or more, you know, and it's always because they want to look big and clever and hard in front of their mates. It doesn't make you big and hard, you know. Your friends might think it is, but it just goes to show how stupid they are. You know, you're not big, you're not clever. You're just attacking someone in a group because they don't share the same ideals as you. You know, because they don't like the same stuff as you. And what does that say about you as a person? If you're going to violently attack someone in a group because that one person doesn't like the same music about you. What does it say about you? You know, it just shows how pathetic and petty you as a person are. You know, there is no good reason for attacking someone for listening to alternative music. There's no good reason at all. There is no way you can possibly justify it. You know, if that person themselves has done something to attack or offend you, then I could maybe understand exchanging some hostile words. But there is no need to violently attack someone just because they wear different clothes or listen to different music. You know, what they listen to in their own personal time, what clothes they wear, have no bearing on your life whatsoever. They have no effect on your life. If you don't like what someone is wearing, just don't look at them. It's very, very simple. You know, there are infinite other directions that you can look. Just don't look at them. It is really that simple. If you don't like the music someone's listening to, don't listen to it. We're not forcing you to listen to it. You know, we're not walking up to you with a speaker and blaring the music in your face saying you must listen. So, you know, just leave them alone. Attacking them accomplishes nothing, and all it really does is show what an arsehole you are. And, you know, eventually, you're going to get your comeuppance. You're going to get arrested for, like, assault. You know, so there's no point to it. Just don't bother with it. Just don't do it. There is no need for it. I mean, a young girl and her boyfriend, Sophie Lancaster and Rob Maltby, were minding their own business, walking home, and they were attacked by a group of 5 or 6 people. You know, they hadn't spoken to these people. They'd done nothing to this group of people. This group of people just purely saw 2 people who were dressed in alternative clothing, who listened to alternative music, and they took an instant dislike to them. You know, they didn't know these people, but they just saw these 2 people that didn't fit into their mould and thought it was an acceptable thing to violently beat and attack them. And, you know, they beat them so severely that both of them ended up in a coma. Rob Maltby, thankfully, survived. He came out of a coma after several days. Sophie Lancaster spent 13 days in a coma before she eventually died. They beat a girl to death just because of the music she listened to. It's absolutely disgusting that this sort of thing should happen. And it's not the first time, and it won't be the last until we do something about it. And this is what the Sophie Lancaster Foundation is all about. They want to put a stop to this ever happening. They don't want to see this ever happen again. They don't want to see another family go through what they went through when they had to watch their lovely daughter die over a period of 2 weeks. So if you'd like to find out more about the Sophie Lancaster Foundation, there is a link to their website in the description below. You can go over there, find out what they're working on at the moment, find out what their goal is, because they can explain it a lot better than I can. Excuse me. And if you can help them out in any way, a small donation, or even something as simple as one of these Sophie wristbands that you can get off their web store. They have a whole bunch of other merchandise on there as well. But the smallest amount can make the biggest difference. And, you know, the sooner we bring more attention to this, the sooner we can help to stamp out prejudice, hatred, and intolerance everywhere. But I'm going to leave that as it is for the time being. Thank you all very, very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.